Namaste. Dear children, this is my last video on the chapter Money and Credit. In this video, we will see previous year questions which are asked in the board exams, and I have every hope that if you have watched all the videos plus the last video especially of in-text questions and exercise questions, you will be able to answer all the questions which we are going to discuss now. Let's discuss the questions of money and credit. Question number 1. Why do we need to expand formal sources of credit in India? Beta, just read question twice. Why do we need to expand formal sources of credit in India? We need to expand formal sources of credit in India to reduce the dependence on informal sector, particularly in villages where the most of the people are dependent on informal sources of credit. They take credit from money lenders and traders, etc. at a very high rate of interest. Thus, they are unable to repay the loan. A large part of their income is used in the repayment of the loan, and they are caught in a debt trap. To save them from all this debt trap and high rate of interest, the formal sources of credit must expand in India. Question 2. Credit has its own unique role for the development. Justify the statement. I have told you many times, whenever it is justified, you have to write in the favor of the statement. Credit has its own unique role? Yes, credit has its own unique role for development. If the credit is made available from formal sources of credit at very cheap and affordable rate of interest, then it certainly play a very unique role in the development of the individual as well as the country. When the credit is available from formal sources of credit at low rate of interest for small farmers, small businessmen, small borrowers, small manufacturers, they will be able to complete their project on time. They will be able to grow more crops, and they will be able to enhance their earnings. So जब उनकी earning enhance होगी, it means they are in better off conditions than before. Thus, for development of an individual or the nation, the credit plays a very crucial or unique role. You can also write about one sentence on new entrepreneurs. New entrepreneurs, those who have very creative, innovative ideas, with the help of easy, affordable loan, they also would be able to set up their own enterprise and thus help in the development of themselves and for the nation also. Question number 3. The rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. Explain. Yes, the rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange in India as, number 1, it is authorized by the central government of India, and for central government the work is done by Reserve Bank of India. No other organization or individual can issue currency for the country. The law legalizes the use of rupee as a medium of exchange. No individual can refuse a payment made in rupees. So because of these 3 points, it is accepted as a medium of exchange. Okay. Question number 4. Most of the poor households are still dependent on informal sources of credit. Explain. Or why do the rural borrowers depend on the informal sources of credit? Why do they depend on informal sources of credit? Three reasons again. Because number one, question से start करेंगे बेटा. Most of the poor households still dependent on informal sources of credit because number one, banks are not present everywhere, particularly in the villages. Number two, lack of collateral is the main obstacle for the village people to get loan from the formal sector. Number three, they can get loan from the informal sector without repayment of previous loans. That is why they go to get loan from informal sector. Okay. Question number 5. What are the two categories of sources of credit? Mention the chief features of each. This we have done in tabular form also. पहले आपको क्या लिखना है? Sources of credit. Then divide it into two parts. Formal sources of credit, informal sources of credit. Formal, first of all, example. Formal sector में क्या आएगा? Banks and cooperatives. और informal में आएंगे money lenders, traders, relatives, friends, employers, etc. Low rate of interest in formal sector, high rate of interest in informal sector. Collateral is required, no collateral is required. Terms of credit. Terms of credit are to be fulfilled by the borrower. No such terms and conditions are there in informal sector. It generally plays a positive role, it generally plays a negative role. Formal sector gives loan only when there is or no other previous loan is left on the borrower. But in the informal sector, you can get the loan without repayment of previous loans. Like this 4-5 points you will write in main features of formal and informal sources of credit. What are the main reasons for formal credit not being available to the rural poor? Formal credit is not available for to the rural poor because of unavailability of banks in the rural areas. Banks are not present everywhere. Banks have some terms of credit which has to be fulfilled by the borrower. And lack of collateral is one of the major obstacle. And number 4, formal sector do not give loan until or unless your previous loan is paid. So because of these reasons, rural people have to depend on informal sector and they are not getting loan from formal credit. What are the two major sources of formal sector credit in India? The two major sources of formal sector credit are banks and cooperatives. Why do we need to expand formal sources of credit? Same question. We need to expand formal sources of credit to reduce dependency of rural people, particularly on informal sector, so that they can get cheap and affordable loan from the formal sector. सबसे पहले हमें क्या पूछा है? Why do we need to expand formal sources of credit? किस लिए? Number 1, to reduce their dependence on informal sector, to provide them loan at very cheap and affordable rate of interest. Cheap and affordable loan will help them to fulfill their requirement of their, either it is farming or business or anything else. They will be able to complete their work on time. They will be able to bear the expenses of production. And lastly, they will be able to enhance their earnings and thus their condition would be better off than before. It is when the credit is taken from formal sources of credit. How is the concept of SHGs important for poor people? Give your viewpoint. The concept of SHG is very, very beneficial or important for poor people, as it saves them from informal sources of credit like money lender and traders, and they when they organize themselves in SHGs in a group, they get loan at a very reasonable rate of interest, and they are able to do all their work with that money, and they enhance their earnings, and thus they help in the development of the poor people. Okay, SHG actually becomes a formal source of credit for the rural people, because banks are not everywhere, because banks are asking for collateral. Therefore SHGs are giving the loan to its members without collateral at a very reasonable rate of interest. So basically SHGs become a formal source of credit for the rural people. Next question: why is it necessary for the banks and cooperative societies to increase their lending facilities in rural areas? Explain. Or why should the banks and cooperatives provide more loan facilities to the rural household in India? Yes, it is necessary for the banks and cooperatives to increase their lending activities in rural areas to save rural people from informal sources of credit, to save them from high rate of interest, to save them from the debt trap. So if the cheap and affordable loan or credit is available to the rural people from formal sources of credit, then they would be able to increase their production if they are farmer. Small manufacturers, small borrowers, they will be able to complete their project on time. They will be able to enhance their earnings. New entrepreneurs will set up new enterprise, and thus it would help the people in rural areas also. Credit will play a positive role in their life if it is taken from formal sources. Cheap and affordable credit is crucial for the development of the country. ये सब आपको बड़ी बड़ी lines answers में लिखनी है. What are demand deposits? What are the advantages of demand deposits? First part, what are demand deposits? Demand deposits are the deposits in the bank which can be withdrawn on our demand. Okay, so demand deposits is a type of modern form of money which is kept in the bank by the depositor, and whenever there is need of money, they can go and demand for their money. So that is why it is called demand deposits. Second part of the question is, what are the advantages of demand deposits? Advantages: number one, the money in the bank is safe. Moreover, they are getting interest on their money, on their deposits, and whenever there is need, they can demand and they can get their money back. They can withdraw their money on demand. So these are the advantages of demand deposits. Why are service conditions of formal sector loan better than informal sector? बहुत ध्यान से देखो इस क्वेश्चन को. Why are service conditions of formal sector are better than informal sector? Formal sector का एक low rate of interest होता है. There is proper agreement between the borrower and the lender. There is proper documentation done in the formal sources of credit, and no such things is done in the informal sector. And most importantly, why the services in the formal sector are better than informal? Because Formal sources of credit are supervised by Reserve Bank of India. When supervision is there, when someone is monitoring them, then they work very effectively. They function according to the rules of the country. But for the informal sector, there is no such supervision. It all depends on the lender, at what rate of interest they are giving, and what all dirty tricks they can play with the borrower when they want their money back. They harass the borrower, sometimes they threat the borrower to get their money back. So the working of formal sources of credit is certainly much better than informal sources of credit. How can the formal sector loans be made beneficial for poor farmers and workers? Suggest any 5 measures. How can the formal sector loans be made beneficial for the poor households? Formal sources of credit can be made beneficial if they get loan at very cheap and affordable price. Formal sources of credit can play a very important role in the lives of the villagers, farmers and workers. If they get loan from formal sources of credit at very reasonable or low rate of interest, they can do wonders. They can use that money, if they are farmers, for buying modern inputs, all modern inputs, and certainly by buying modern inputs they can increase their production. Small entrepreneurs, small businessmen, small manufacturers, if they get easy availability of credit from formal sources of credit, they can increase their income, they can increase their production, they can increase their earnings, they can increase their standards of living, their condition would be much better than before. So they will ultimately help the development of village economy. Deposits with the banks are beneficial to the depositors as well as to the nation. Examine the statement. Deposit with the banks are beneficial for the depositors. We know that how the banks mediate between the borrowers and the depositors. Depositors' money is safe in the bank. They are getting interest on their deposits. Their money is increasing when they keep it as a deposit in the bank, and anytime they can withdraw their money. So for depositors, these deposits in the banks are highly beneficial. Second part of the question is as well as to the nation. Yes, these deposits which are in the bank, they are used to give loan to the borrowers. That money is given to the borrowers. When the borrowers take this money, they use it for variety of reasons. They use this money for fulfilling their variety of purposes. They complete their production on time. New entrepreneurs set up new enterprise. Farmers are able to increase their production. And when these all millions of borrowers, they are able to do their work on time, they are able to enhance their earnings, the entire nation develops. So when the borrowers develop, the nation also develops. So it is beneficial for the depositors as well as for the nation. Study the given diagram and answer the questions. So you can see the pie diagram here, in which sources of credit from rural household in India. What are the different sources of credit for rural households in 2013? You can see the pie chart, which are the two major sources of credit for rural households in India. For rural households, the sources of credit are number 1, money lender, 30%, and number 2, we can give to cooperative societies in which SHGs are included. So these are the two sources of credit in rural households in India. Second question, which one of them is most dominant source of credit? Money lenders. 30% people depend on money lenders for credit. So it is a most dominant source of credit. Why is it most dominant source of credit? Give two reasons. Why is it main source of credit? Because there is no collateral required if it is taken from money lender. It is very easy for the rural people to get loan from these people. They are very much approachable and accessible to them. Number 3, they can get loan, fresh loan without repayment of previous loans. So any two reason you can write. Okay. Next question. Credit sometimes pushes the borrower into a situation from where recovery is very painful. Yes. If credit is taken from informal sector, generally it pushes the borrower into a situation from where recovery is really painful. Why? Because a large part of the earning of the borrower is used in the repayment of the loan. Sometimes the installments of the loan is higher than the income of the borrower. They have to pay more than their income. From where they will pay? जब इनकम कम है और मुझे देना ज्यादा है तो कहां से देंगे? They take fresh loan from somewhere else, and they have to take fresh loan because they have to do the repayment of the previous loan, and thus they are caught in a debt trap. And sometimes they have to sell a part of their land or property to clear their previous loans, and their conditions become worse off than before. And this is a situation where they will think that why I have taken the loan? My condition was better before the credit, and after the credit his or her condition becomes worse off. So this is a situation from where recovery sometimes become very painful. Okay. So I hope you have understood all these previous year board questions, and you must have observed that they are not so difficult. Read question twice before jumping into the answer. Question को एक बार ध्यान से देखो, क्वेश्चन के पार्ट्स को समझो. 3 पार्ट में क्वेश्चन है, पहले फर्स्ट पार्ट का आंसर लिखो, फिर सेकंड का लिखो, फिर थर्ड का लिखो. Okay, very focus is required, and I know that you will do wonders in your board exams. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.